Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, if you can hear the noise, I am terribly sorry. There's a truck outside. That's all I have to say. Anyway, I am going to be walking you through every single step of my makeup routine using knockoff makeup, so like fake up, River Road makeup, whatever you want to call it makeup. If you want to see an impromptu review of these products as well as a haul of every product that I've been able to find downtown, then keep watching. I have the Black Up Primer. It actually does mattify the skin, but I have dry skin, so the last thing that my skin wants is mattification. If that's even a word, that's not a word, but whatever. After primer comes foundations. And I actually currently have 4 knockoff foundations. These are the first type that I used to buy, the ones in the tube. They are the worst possible versions. I would definitely just stay away from that. That is Miss Rose. I've tried the sleek one, I've tried the Amon one. Someone in my life is using the Amon one, and she says it works great if you like keep powdering and powdering. It's very orange. Very orange. That's the problem that I'm having with these River Road products, is that they all come in one shade except for these two. As you can see, I actually have 2 fake MAC foundations, and they're the ones that surprised me the most. But first of all, let's deal with the stick. We've already talked about the ones in the tube. Absolute trash, stay away. The stick one is a little bit better, but it doesn't actually last on the face. As you can see, this is a really old one that I had like back in the day before I actually started buying makeup, and I used it. I did, because I was using it in videos, so I will link a few videos where I have this on my face. But I did go to Dubai with this. That's what prompted me to buy real makeup finally. And like, you sweat, you wipe it off, a whole patch disappears. Like this from downtown, this is the Black Opal Stick Foundation. I do not recommend the knockoff of this. I do want to try out the real one, and I will have that in an upcoming video for you guys. But the knockoff of this is absolute shit. These two I'm actually really excited to try. I did test them out like just at home, like playing with makeup, and I'm pretty impressed by the coverage that I got. They were sticky, and I was trying to remember if foundation feels like tacky after you have it on, and I really don't think it does. But look at that packaging. Their packaging is so gorgeous. This I bought for 300 shillings. Like, I can tell you right now, because I was so shocked. 300 shillings for this gorgeous weighty bottle. It actually feels really legit, and it did come in different shades, because there was a place selling them for 150, but it only had the super light colors. And then I went to like the next stall, and she had this color, but it was more expensive. This is in the shade NC50, which is not the shade range that the Matchmaster actually comes in, so everything about it is wrong, but it's so gorgeous. I could not resist. And then I have the Studio Water Weight Foundation, and this is supposed to be like a light serumy foundation. It's pretty damn thick, but you know, I have no real complaints, because at the same time, I don't really like light coverage foundation. But these two, I actually do have faith in their ability to work. Obviously, they will be nothing like the real thing, but I actually do think these might be worth just splurging on to keep in your drawer. Though, as you can see, my skin is actually clearing up. I do have a pimple here, but everywhere else it is clearing up, so I'm very hesitant to use these in case they have the rat poop or whatever it is that was found in them, like in knockoff makeup, you know, and like they break me out, you know. But that's always a risk you're taking with knockoffs, so you do need to keep that in mind. I will be reviewing the Studio Water Weight in an upcoming video, so I'm gonna use a Matchmaster just cause, you know. So I've already pumped it, which is why it's coming out so easily. But yeah, this is one pump. This is so little, I can't even. Like, let me go in with a second pump, and let's see what type of coverage I can get using this. And I will attempt, like, the only things in this video that won't be knockoff are the brushes, but I will attempt to first of all go in with a brush from my knockoff set that I've already reviewed in a different video. I'll link it down below, and then if that doesn't work, I'll just go in with my e.l.f. one. So these brushes are not too bad. As you can see, it's actually blending out really well. They're very soft, they're very affordable. I got the whole set of, was it 10 or 12 for like 1200 shillings or something? So I do think it's definitely worth getting if you are just like first time investing in brushes, but this is a bit too small for me, and this is taking forever, so I will just switch over to my e.l.f. brush and blend that in. I am looking so ashy in the monitor, but in person, because I have my mirror right here, it doesn't look terrible whatsoever. It's given my skin like a really healthy glow, but yeah, looking in the monitor, I'm kind of concerned, so I'm just gonna go in with a second layer, or rather whatever is left on my hand. So 2 pumps actually does give you full coverage. I feel like you can even go in with 1 if you don't want like heavy coverage, you know. Unfortunately, someone is using my Black Opal knockoff powder that I have featured in a video. I'll link that up here as well. But yeah, so today the only powder that I have to show you, though the Black Opal one, I can just review it. The knockoff is shit. It gets me creased in like a matter of seconds. I tried it underneath my eyes creased, and they've never creased before. All over my face, it just makes it look like I have fine lines everywhere. It settles into everything. It's really not good. I also picked up the Ben Nye banana powder. This I've mentioned in a video before. It's hilarious because it's white and it's supposed to be banana, which is yellow. But I will be using that to set all over my face. Also, let me know if there's any product you want me to test like specifically from this video, because I would like to see if the Ben Nye powder can actually extend the wear of foundations, but that's only if you guys want to see it. I currently only have the very first eyeshadow palette I bought, and this isn't a knockoff of anything because it doesn't have any brand names on it, but as you can see, it is already very much falling apart, but it does come with a super cute mirror. Like, that's a really good quality mirror. But these other colors, I got this like back in the day before I even got serious about makeup, before I really wanted to do anything about it. But this is actually a really, really good eyeshadow set. So if you are looking for an eyeshadow set downtown, I remember I bought this like maybe 3-4 years ago and it was 400 shillings. So that's a really good price. If you can still find it, this is definitely one worth getting. Let me just swatch a few of the colors for you so you can see. Like, do you see how pigmented this is? And it doesn't have a brand name on it. So it's not an actual knockoff of some eyeshadow something. But look at these colors. The color is crazy. So I'm actually really excited to be using this all over my lid. Some things I will be mentioning that I always get them exclusively downtown. Wet wipes are one of them. I got this pack of 25 wipes for 50 shillings. I feel like I want to use this in my crease. And yes, it is a shimmer shadow. Usually I use mattes, but I'm kind of trying to do an all shimmery look, so I don't really mind. I'm not going to use a primer because I feel like if an eyeshadow is really good, it shouldn't really make a difference. But you can actually see how well the shadow itself performs. Look at that pigmentation. Why didn't I use this more often? I don't understand. Now I'm going to take the flat brush and go in with this second color. For some reason, I'm feeling very like not too colorful today. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing this pigmentation? This is insane. Like, this was such a good buy. I'm so glad I still have it. Because when it broke, I was like, should I just like toss it, you know, be done with that? But oh my gosh, I'm so glad I still have it. And to be honest, I feel like I'm done. But I think I will darken up the crease just so we can go in with the black. Oh, that. This is a little bit in the crease, right? This is actually super pigmented. Oh my gosh, now I feel like I've used too much. Oh, I'm still not mad at it. I promise you, I was not trying to look so drag queen, but I'm not mad at it. Can I just point out that these eyeshadows are doing this well with absolutely no primer? So that bullshit of like more expensive, oh my gosh, I just found the box. This is my life. I'm so easily distracted. But yes, this is a Naked 5 palette that I did have. And as you can see, it's empty because someone does have it. But what was I saying? Yeah, that nonsense of like a $50 palette, like needing a primer to stick out, I don't get it. I do not agree with that whatsoever. So 2 things that I haven't mentioned. This Urban Decay Naked 5 palette is actually pretty good, especially if you use it with a damp brush. I actually really did enjoy the payoff from the colors in this palette. Also, do you see all these cream pencils that I own? I went on like a shopping spree and bought every single color that I could find, because before I started using eyeshadow palettes, this is what I would use on my eyes to get like a banging eyeshadow look. I used to always use this black like in my lower lash line, but by the end of the day it has smudged. My eye looks like all panda-ish. It really was not a good look, so I switched off from that, and I would not recommend using that as an eyeliner unless you're using it like as a smoky eye eyeshadow or something. But these colors are actually pretty damn good, and I think I will go in with one of them. I got this Naked 9 Studio. I guess it's another attempt at an Urban Decay knockoff. I don't even think Urban Decay makes this because I try to find the genuine one online so many times, but I just never have. These little gel pots come inside here. It comes with one black and one brown, and it does have 2 separate brushes for them, like these mini brushes. So I switched over to using gel in my lower lash line, and I have absolutely no smudging, so I'm pretty happy with this, and I would definitely recommend it, especially with the brush. I just dip it in and then line it on my lower lash line. So I am going to go in with the purple right on top of the black, and I feel like this helps give it a more punchy color because it does have the base to it, and they're both cream products. These are both Urban Decay mascaras. I don't even know if they make mascaras. These are definitely not like a mirror of anything genuine, but I actually really enjoy these, and I bought 2 of them because the wands are so different, and the wand with the mascara makes all the difference depending on what type of finish you want. Like, do you want them to be longer? Do you want them to be thicker? You know? So as you can see, these wands are super different. The next thing that I bought 2 of because I had so much faith that these would work, but they were absolute shit. MAC Real Pen Eyeliner. I don't think MAC has this product, but I really wanted a felt tip liner. I was obsessed over getting the perfect wing, and I really wanted something dark and like gorgeous. And as you can see, it swatches out so gorgeously. Like when you use it on your hand, the color is incredible. It actually does allow you to go in with like a light hand or like a heavy hand. So you can create a thinner wing like at the beginning and then thicken it out as you go. But this is so bad. Like when it comes to your eyes, it has absolutely no pigmentation. Is it actually giving pigmentation the one time that I'm telling you it doesn't have any? How crazy is this? It's actually working today. It's actually showing up on my eyes. The pigmentation has always been terrible. But if you have to keep buying multiples just to find one that's not a dud, is it really worth it? I don't know. But oh my goodness, ignore how messed up this wing is. I know it is not a professional wing whatsoever, but I'm actually impressed that it's actually showing up. Like I'm gonna put in some effort with this side. I would not recommend this as much as it has actually worked this one time. I still just don't think it's worth the heartache because as you can see, my wings look nothing alike because the product performance is completely inconsistent. So no, just no. Brows, I definitely recommend going downtown, getting yourself one of these pencils. This is in the number 18. And this is in the number 3. Now, for some reason, I thought my old one that got finished was the number 30, but the woman laughed at me and told me like 30 doesn't exist. So she gave me 3 because it's the darkest brown she has. 18, 3. Like, all brown pencils are not made even. If I use this on my brows look like a hot mess. Look at how brown this is. Like, as much as you're never supposed to use black, you're supposed to use the darkest brown you can find, and this brown just isn't doing it for me. So 18 is definitely not something I can use on my brows. I bought that and quickly realized it was a mistake. I am in no way a brow professional, as I have said in a million other videos, so I just wanted to show you how well this strokes on before I fill in the rest of my brows off camera.
But this is how I do it. I draw a line right underneath, and then a line on top, and then I fill it in.
As you can see, this is actually the perfect color for me. So this number 3 brush, and I bought it for like 30 bob. Absolutely perfect. Whenever I post pictures of my new lashes on Instagram, I always get people like asking a bunch of questions. So this is basically what I'm going to say to you. You see something as full as this, it's gonna be shit on your eyes. It's definitely gonna look fake. I'll link a video down below where my lashes definitely stand out and look absolutely fake. So we get rid of those completely. Those are old, that's why you can see they look shit like that. These are naked lashes. Now, Urban Decay does not make lashes, right? But these are the knockoff called Naked. They are amazing. Amazing. As you can see, I have a super old pair here. And you can see how beaten up they are. Like, I use them every single time I do my makeup because they look so natural. They're so wispy and lovely, and they're not too full. So it's not obvious that you're wearing like fake lashes, especially on camera. And as you can see, the band around them is pretty thin. So the place where it goes onto your eye is not like sticking out like a sore thumb, you know? So if you lay them down properly, these look absolutely amazing. I have a pair. Oh, you also always have to cut them. So you like lay them down, measure them to your eye, and then chop off the ends just to make them look a bit more natural so they're not like sticking out like completely past your eye, you know? But other than that, they are amazing. These are like 100 bob each. I've seen some Huda Beauty ones like downtown for like 350. Not worth it. Buy these, 100 bob each. Absolutely amazing. The only concealer I would ever recommend from downtown, I did get this downtown, so I do think it's a knockoff, but I don't even care because the genuine one is the exact same price. So, and this works really well. So this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer. And I don't do the whole triangle under the eye thing. Like, I don't want the concealer to take over for my foundation. So I do go in with very little and then blend that out. And I will attempt to blend it out with the Beauty Blender knockoff that I got. This is shit. This is so bad. I can't even tell you. It's so stiff and like absolutely useless. But I see people like in their videos using them and I'm like, this knockoff is pretty bad. Like, it's nowhere near as good as like my Real Technique sponge or whatever. It feels like a stress ball. That's literally what it feels like. It's so thick, it literally feels like a tennis ball. I will try to use it dry and then we'll go in and dampen it and see if it makes any sort of difference. But I'm actually really not hopeful. So it's actually not doing a terrible job dry at blending this in. I wouldn't use it to blend in my foundation. For concealer, because it is a small part, maybe. you know? But when I tried using the round part for my foundation, I felt like it just left round stamps on my face and was just picking up the product. So I'm definitely not a fan of that. And I think I'm more of the set of mind like quit while you're ahead. So I think I will just go in with the dry on this other side as well, because I don't have the best of luck with like wet sponges. So since this is working, like if it ain't broke, why fix it? Do I think this could have blended better? Yes. Do I think this can blend it better? No. So I think I will just go in with my brush and like really pat that into my skin and sort of make it disappear as opposed to like sitting on top of my skin. The next knockoff I wanted to talk about was my MAC Concealer Quad Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the shade medium. This is pretty terrible. Like, this is actually really, really bad. I don't even know why I bought this because I've always used the LA Girl Pro Conceal and it's always worked out really well. But this is pretty terrible. I'm just going to take the darkest color and attempt to cut out my brows because why not? Just to show you how you can actually make use of it, because this is definitely like, look at the shade. This is definitely, where, here. This is definitely not something I can use like as my highlighter because it's way too ashy. And this is the only color they had. Like, they didn't have a deep one. This is in the shade medium and they only had the shade. Like, no light, no deep, no nothing, you know? So what I will do, and this was absolutely not part of the plan, I just found this color and I'm completely obsessed with it from back in the day when I wore lipsticks and not like liquid lipsticks. And I have this shade that's like a brownie, like a really deep, gorgeous color. So I think I will go in with that as my cream contour because, again, I have used the LA Girl Pro Conceal Contour before. So I'm just trying to not repeat the same product like over and over again, you know?
And I'm seeing that it's pretty red based. Like when it's actually on the skin, it's pretty damn red. So I think I will just blend this out with my finger.
And you see, voila! A super cute, gentle contour. I've actually never used this as a contour before, so I'm really impressed. I'm glad that worked out. And I didn't just end up looking like a complete fool. Next, I'm going to take my finger and go into that same color that I used on my inner corner and use this as my highlight on my cheek. As you can see, I'm going in very, very lightly and like building it up because you never want to go in with too much and you never want to use something that's like stark white, you know? So I am using the creamy color here. You can use a gold, but like, I like my highlight to stand out. So gold doesn't really do anything for me. So I also have a red lipstick like from back in the day when I used to use lipsticks. So I will go in with this as my blush because I don't use it anymore. So it's fine. And these cream products are actually blending really, really well. So you can definitely use them for like more than just what they were intended for, you know? Now for the parts that I have literally been afraid of doing when it comes to this video. Liquid lipsticks. Do you see how many these are? I have so many knockoff liquid lipsticks and this isn't even all of them. I have one in here from Huda. This, absolute shit. Absolutely terrible. Like, the quality was so bad and I had so much faith that I bought 2 of them for 400 shillings. I was so mad. But most of these are absolutely terrible. I'm gonna have a separate video where I swatch these and I go through each brand individually. I have a bunch of different brands here. I have the Kylie, I have the Naked, I have the LA Girl, I have the Dose of Colors, I have Sleek, I have Morphe. I have so many. So those will require their own video to like review them, or this one will be way too long. So I'm just going to pick a couple that weren't too bad. All of them are so horrible except for 2, literally. That's how bad the situation is. Okay, the Kylie ones were not too bad, you know, like a bit streaky, but they were creamy and like, at least you could wear them throughout the day. You would still have to touch them up, but you would be able to wear them throughout the day. I don't have them here. I just gave those out, but I actually have like 1 here. No, I have 2. I have 3 here actually. The Kylie ones in this packaging is what I mean. So the Kylie liquid lipsticks that come with a pencil. The pencil, amazing. Absolutely amazing. The liquid lipstick itself, the brown one was pretty good. It does stay sticky though, so that's kind of annoying. But it is pretty creamy, so I have no complaints about that. All the others were streaky AF, so absolutely not recommend those. The only 2 that I actually would recommend from that entire pile are these 2. And they are the exact same color, which is kind of annoying. But the LA Girl in red. I have a pink one, as you can see, streaky as fudge. It's so horrible. Do not go for this. But the exact same brand in red, amazing. Other red one is from the Kylie collection. This is in the shade Leo. It does come with this box. absolutely amazing. It's the exact same color. They perform the exact same way. So much so that I am going to use one on the bottom of my lip and one on the top of my lip so you can see. It's been about a minute that I've had these on my lips. The bottom, Kylie. Why do I keep calling it King Kylie? The bottom one, which is the Kylie one, is completely dry, and I'm really impressed. As you can see, no color whatsoever coming off. The top one is still in the process of drying, so it does take a bit longer to dry, so I would recommend getting this one. Like, it is an absolute winner. It actually does last all day. It does not humiliate you like throughout the day with flaking like one little piece at the center or something, you know. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. All the others, absolutely terrible. Don't even bother. But yeah, this is in the shade Leo, by the way. I think I'm done. Like, this is me reviewing every single knockoff that I own. And yeah, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you found this River Road haul. Like, if you like hauls in this style of video as opposed to me just showing you the products, and let me know in the comments down below and I will do them more often. But yeah, I think this is it. We have a water truck like outside making all that noise. So if you can hear it, I am so terribly sorry. Just ignore that because we are wrapping this up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. So I think I'm just gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more River Road hauls, definitely let me know and I will be happy to go shopping and come and tell you how crappy the products are. So yeah, if you want to see that and more, subscribe obviously, and I hope to see you in my next video.